Hello everybody, it's Mafdominus and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be talking about SML Gaming. In one of the recent vlogs, Logan has talked about why he hasn't uploaded on SML Gaming for quite a while. And first of all, it's quite refreshing to see Logan actually admit that something has failed. In a lot of his vlogs, he always seems to be kind of hubris and say that his videos are like some of the best things in the entire world, but here he's actually admitting that the gaming channel was not as successful as he originally thought it was going to be. So it's nice to see that Logan has been humbled for once, but now let's actually get to talking about SML Gaming. Why did it fail? According to Logan, the analytics on that channel basically suggest that it's not really doing that well, and I can probably guess at least 3 reasons as to why SML Gaming has failed. So without further ado, let's get started. So I think the first biggest reason as to why SML Gaming has failed, it's because it's not really that unique. Gaming content is some of the most oversaturated type of video on the entire platform. When most people start a YouTube channel, what's usually the first thing that they like to do? Well, start a gaming channel, because it's fairly easy to do. All you need to do is just learn how to screen record and play the video games, and that's it. You can just upload that onto YouTube and you're set. Because it's fairly easy to start a gaming channel, practically everybody wants to do one since they think it's an easy way to start a YouTube career. But that kind of mentality is the reason why it's become some of the most oversaturated content on YouTube. It's not really that unique, so why would anybody want to watch a gaming channel when there's already a gaming channel that they're already watching? The most successful gaming channels are the ones that try to do something unique to stand out from the rest. That way viewers can always come back to them because they are the only ones that are providing that specific type of content. For example, IGP and Manly Badass Hero are both gaming channels that mostly do horror type of content, but IGP does a more cinematic flair to his videos. It makes you feel like you're watching a movie, while Manly Badass Hero is a much more casual guy. It feels like your friend that goes to the bar with a low deep voice that you can just casually watch and play video games with. So even though these two do the same type of horror genre content, the styles are different enough to set them apart. And on top of their different personalities, you're essentially getting a brand new experience even if they might end up playing the same game. Because each of these gaming channels do something different and bring something new to the table that you wouldn't get anywhere else. And that's the key to making a successful gaming channel. You have to do something unique that only you are able to provide and you can really get nowhere else. And SML Gaming is the same evergreen gaming channel, the most basic and bland generic gaming channel that can be found everywhere. The only thing that's really going for SML Gaming is the fact that the people playing the games are the same people that are voice acting your favorite characters like Jeffy and Junior. And while the novelty of it may have been refreshing when SML Gaming first started, it became clear that it's not enough to sustain the channel long term. Because at the end of the day, it really is just a bunch of guys playing video games. Even if they are role playing as your favorite characters, it eventually just becomes tiring. You're just seeing the same thing over and over again with not much flair to it. It also doesn't help that the style of editing the videos is really not that different from other gaming content farms. What's the point in watching SML Gaming when you might as well just be watching another type of content farm channel? Which leads me to the second biggest reason as to why SML Gaming has failed: presentation. The way SML Gaming presents itself is quite similar to other types of content farms. The type of YouTube channel that constantly spams Pomni x Jax x Ragatha content. Because YouTube is filled with gullible children that will constantly click on something that looks family friendly or edgy and it gets them a lot of views. It's very cringy and morally ethically questionable. And while Logan may not have intended SML Gaming to be that type of content farm that preys upon children's gullibility, it still very much presents itself that way, where the SML characters present themselves as these cutesy little art styles with Roblox and Minecraft, all the things that the kids like nowadays. But then you actually start to watch the videos and you hear the characters swearing, you hear them doing edgy things and role-playing all these weird scenarios. SML Gaming presents itself as sort of family friendly, but then when you actually watch the content, you realize that it's anything but. Of course, some kids that might get in trouble with their parents if they're watching this type of content probably just stop watching it altogether. Either that or parents are actually being parents for once and supervising on what their kids are watching online and are not okay with this type of content. So already you have alienated half of your audience, and obviously adults aren't going to be watching this. Why would adults be watching this this type of content when they could be watching something more sophisticated. A real man watches true art such as The Godfather, Citizen Kane, and Happy Feet. So SML Gaming as it presents itself really isn't going to be appealing to a lot of people because they're going to assume that it's another type of content farm that is very cringy and very, very weird that nobody wants to watch it except for gullible children. However, I do understand why Logan does present the channel the way it does because obviously even though this type of content is unappealing to a lot of people, it would still get a lot of views. Obviously the videos do get hundreds and thousands of views. So in spite of the two reasons I gave for why SML Gaming failed, it still has an audience. There are still people that are willing to watch this type of content. It is made for them. However, it's not enough. And that leads me to the third biggest reason for why SML Gaming has failed. And that's the fact that Logan has to pay people to keep making this type of gaming content. First of all, Logan has to pay crew members that are doing the gaming videos with him because they're essentially doing overtime. They're already getting paid for their time on making the puppet videos, but now they have to do these gaming videos for 8 to 12 hours. If I were forced to play multiple video games for multiple videos for 8 hours and 12 hours, I definitely want to get paid too. There comes a point where you stop having fun playing video games and now you have to actually do it for a job. So Logan has no choice but to pay the crew members that are doing videos with him, but on top of that he also has to pay editors to edit these videos for him since Logan's already busy making the puppet videos, and on top of that he has to pay people to do the thumbnails for him. So once you realize how much money it actually costs to make SML Gaming content, you can start to see why it's not really profitable. Since Logan has to do multiple of these videos in order to keep up with the algorithm and make these videos successful, but in order to do multiple videos he has to pay the editors, pay the thumbnail makers, he has to pay the crew members, and if the videos don't get a lot of views, Logan essentially lost money. Because even if a video makes 80,000 to 100,000 views, the amount of money that video makes has to go towards the people that helped made the video. And if that is already taking a chunk of the video's profits, then Logan either breaks even or just straight up loses money. And according to Logan, he has to use the money that makes from the main SML channel in order to help fund the gaming channel. But at that point, it's not really sustainable to keep making content on the gaming channel. If it was just Logan himself making gaming content, he does all of the editing, he does all of the gaming stuff by himself, then he alone would be getting all of the profits for the gaming channel and it would be successful. But because Logan has to pay money to make this type of content, then the gaming channel is just not really successful. Again, the gaming channel does get a fairly good amount of views. Like I said, 80 to 100,000 views per video. And if it was just Logan himself, then it would be a pretty profitable channel. But the sad reality is Logan has to pay people to do this gaming content, and that's already making him lose a ton of money. So I think this third reason is probably the biggest reason as to why SML Gaming has failed. Sure, SML Gaming is a part of an oversaturated content on YouTube that doesn't really do anything to stand apart from said saturated content, and the way it presents itself isn't really that appealing to a lot of people, but at least it has an audience that is willing to watch it because SML has a pre-established fan base that is willing to watch anything that he churns out. But not enough of the fan base is going to watch the SML Gaming content. And since Logan has to pay a ton of people to fund the SML Gaming channel in order to make it become as successful as it is, it just ends up becoming a really big failure because it's not getting enough views in order to make any profitable money. So what exactly is the lesson that Logan needs to learn here? Well, it's the fact that you can't always rely on brand recognition. Just because you have a fairly popular YouTube channel that gets millions of views every day doesn't mean that it's easily going to translate into a successful gaming channel. Sure, you'll have a bunch of people who will watch it because there is a pre-built audience, but not everybody is just going to be interested in it. So don't invest a ton of money into a gaming channel when not everybody in your fan base is going to watch it. Like I said before, SML Gaming could have actually been a successful channel because it does get a ton of views, but the problem is Logan is spending the amount of profits that the videos make in order to pay the people that help make these videos in the first place. So if Logan is going to keep making gaming videos moving forward, then he's going to have to rely rely on doing it by himself, making all of the editing, making all of the thumbnails, and doing all of the gameplay by himself in order to keep all of the profits so that it would actually be a successful channel. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Logan should do things differently, or should he do it the same way that he's always been doing, even if it ends up in failure? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and be sure to check out the description for links to my social media and Discord. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.
Tell me why I'm stuck as a virgin with rain.